Jacob Rees-Mogg seems to take whatever position suits his best interest when in a discussion. It's not what's right or true. He'll bend facts to gaslight people round to his point of view. Like this.
We can prosper on that basis. We would set our own tariffs. We could have cheaper food, clothing and footwear straight away by getting rid of the protectionist anti-trade tariffs that the EU imposes. And it would be very good for the British people, and it would provide certainty. And I think once there's certainty, the country will begin to reunite.
Nothing shows this technique more clearly than this example.
It is being investigated by Sue Gray, a civil servant of the highest integrity and of the greatest reputation.
1 minute, Sue Gray, who was investigating Partygate, had the highest reputation.
But her impartiality must now be brought into question.
The next, he was saying this.
We knew before that her son, Mr. Liam Conlon, is chairman of the Labour Party's Irish branch and has been known to bring his mother along to rather cosy meetings with senior Labour politicians in Parliament.
And all of this because Sue Gray was announced to be employed by Labour as their chief of staff.
Who was on the record of calling Boris our reckless and dangerous Prime Minister, and that the future of the UK is collateral damage in this mad Tory fight to the death.
It's okay to have a change of mind, but in this monologue, he makes claims that he should have known about when he made this statement.
It is being investigated by Sue Gray, a civil servant of the highest integrity and of the greatest reputation.
So willing to take whatever position suits him at that moment. Then there's comments like this.
Do you think that Boris Johnson will be Prime Minister by the end of the year?
Oh, I'm going for Walpole. Walpole did 21 years.
Or his views on Grenfell, which are just painful to listen to.
I think the tragedy came about because of the cladding, leading to the fire racing up the building, and then was compounded by the stay put policy. And it seems to me that is the tragedy of it, that the more one's read over the weekend about the report and about the chances of people surviving, if you just ignore what you're told and leave, you are so much safer. And I think if either of us were in a fire, whatever the fire brigade said, we would leave the burning building. It just seems the common sense thing to do.
Here's another example of him taking one position and then contradicting himself. This is all about putting in letters of confidence over then PM Theresa May, compared with his position when the same thing happened with Boris Johnson.
You tried to engineer a vote of confidence in her a few weeks ago. As you sit here now, that didn't work a few weeks ago. As you sit here now, are you more confident that you've been successful?
It not having happened last time, I'm quite cautious about predicting it happening this time. So we'll basically just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow.
54 MPs at least, 15% as you say, of your colleagues have felt strongly enough to write a letter about this Prime Minister. That doesn't alarm you at all?
And the 15% barrier is a relatively low barrier to achieve. So I don't think we should be that surprised by it. So there is a strong element of people who don't like Brexit, would like to reverse Brexit, and feel that the Prime Minister is the great strength and stay and support of Brexit.
Peter Kellner, formerly of YouGov, as you know, told us if 100 rebels voted against the Prime Minister about that tonight, then he is held below the waterline.
But in democracy, one is enough. And look, I tried this line when I was not entirely supportive of Theresa May, saying she hadn't won enough. And actually everyone said to me afterwards that was absolute nonsense, and I had to eat a good deal of my own words.
So here he is trying that line regarding Theresa May, showing that it's all subjective bullshit, really.
This is a very bad result for the Prime Minister. 117 votes against her, much worse than she thought. A third of the parliamentary party, the overwhelming majority of backbenchers have voted against her. So the message today to Theresa May is that she has lost her moral and political authority.
Click here for some more Mogg.